You must know and understand that the world we are living today is a changing world. The world that changes every second, every time, and every season, which requires people to do the things that are needed for them to do so as for them to keep track to the changing system. The truth is, if we don't do the things that are requires of us to do, we may run out of time. A man once said that if you stop studying even at the age of 20, you're already a dead person or you're already an old man. Meaning that we must give attention to reading and studying. These are important because these two things I mentioned, reading and studying, will help to create our content or build our content. The biggest preachers you see today are great readers and great students of the Bible. They read every now and then. All the things you see, even the inventions you see today, came as a result of men studying in a particular discipline. As humans, we shouldn't really be afraid of old age, but there are things we really need to do so as for us to really make every time, every period of our life so exciting and happy. For example, many people who never went to school when they were still in their 20s or their early 30s perhaps today are regretting because they never went to school. As a result, they are becoming obsolete to the changing world. The reason why education should really be given attention to can never be ever overemphasized. Let's try as much as we can to give much attention to education so as for us to create a better content that will make us relevant to every time, to every season, to every situations that we find ourselves. Today I'm here with Mazen Essay, one of the famous lecturers in the English department. He's an author, a writer, as well as a presenter. Sir, please, I want to know, because this has been troubling people's mind in this contemporary society we are living, how one could maintain relevance in spite of aging.
Let me start this way. Age is just a number, but you can't deny that aging is a process that must happen when it must happen. But one needs to maintain one's relevance if one is consistently consistent in what one is doing. I could give an example. If someone is a photographer, if one is an author, if one is a public speaker, you just continue what you are doing. In fact, I call it the 3 Ds. The 3 Ds are: number 1, determination; number 2, diligence; number 3, discipline. These 3 Ds will help one to maintain one's relevance even though one is aging. I could just expand these D's I talked about previously. I talked about 4 D's. Now let me make them 6. The first one would be dream, followed by decision, determination, diligence, discipline, and then all these will take one to one's destination. That's the 6th D. Now let's talk about dreams for example. When we talk about dreams, we are not talking about the dream you have when you sleep and you dream that cassava is chasing coconut. No, not that kind of dream. I'm talking about dream as a mental picture of a future reality.
Sometimes we thought that you could change the world by only going into leadership positions without having dreams or visions and so forth. According to what Master Eze said, he's a lecturer in the English department, University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. He said things that people must have so as for them to maintain their relevance on earth is to have dreams, visions and so forth, as well as being educated.
Relevance varies, and we all will agree. It's not a matter of being young or being old. A young man can be relevant as well as an older person can be relevant. Relevance starts from a point of discovery. You know, when you come to a knowledge that you have to make some difference, when you feel something has to be better, when you feel there's something lacking somewhere, that is a point of relevance. It starts from development of the mind.
Sometimes we fail in our dreams, we fail in our passions, we fail in our callings and our talent because we think things are too difficult, things are too hard for us to tackle. If this mindset of things being too hard are not changed, we may find it difficult for us to achieve our dreams. We must learn to transform ourselves like the Transformers do in every stage of our lives if we must really win the game. You maintaining your relevance has to do with you thinking out of the box as well as thinking ahead of your time, like the Plato, Aristotle, and so many other people that we know today, like the Wright brothers, who have believed that we could fly until these two young guys came up and showed to mankind that man can actually fly. Now we can fly, we could go to several places because these two young guys proved to us that we can actually fly. We have believed that we can also go to the moon until that young guy showed up by going to the moon to prove to the entire human race that we can actually go to the moon. Now today we still applaud these guys. It's also important you know what is required of you to do so as for you to contribute immensely to the growth of the human race. It is your contribution to man's growth that will make mankind to still think of you even when you're long gone. So fight not only to feed yourself alone and your family, but to try to contribute to the entire human race. So man that is a master of his faith requires more than just education, more than just having a dream so as for him to keep relevancy in his lifetime on earth. He needs to create his own patterns, inventions. That is, if you know you're good at a particular thing, my advice to you as a person is to keep at it. That is, if you're a writer, just keep writing your books in order for your ideas to live forever. If you know you're working in a particular company, it's not enough for you to keep working for a paycheck. It's important you try to provide solutions, innovations in the company that you're working so as for you to maintain your relevance.
Built a tower made of wood just to help them if you could. You built a barracks made of stone, trying to make this house a home. You built a dream made out of clay, that was all from yesterday. You build it up, they tear it down. Maybe it's time to leave this cuckoo town. So go on your